Chiang Kai-shek and his Kuomintang government are distracted by their obsession to defeat the growing power of a new threat that has been gaining in strength since 1921. The Chinese Communist Party, under the leadership of Mao Zedong.
In 1912, the Kuomintang was formed, a people's party under Sun Yat-sen. Mao Zedong, at first a student, then a teacher, then a librarian, read widely in history and politics. He began to see how badly managed China was. Most of her ports and industries were controlled by foreign powers. Shanghai, under the British and the French, was China's greatest port. It was here that Mao's revolution began. In 1921, oddly enough in a girls' school, the founders of the Chinese Communist Party met for the first time. Mao was among them. They agreed to join forces with the Kuomintang. Many parts of the country were dominated by local warlords. The Kuomintang army, now backed by communists, marched against them. Mao later went to the province of Jiangxi to organize a peasant army. By 1927, the Kuomintang campaign against the warlords was well underway. But jealousy of the communists within the Kuomintang led to a purge, and this spelt disaster for the communists. In a kind of night of the long knives in Shanghai, communist leaders were killed. Luckily, Mao was out of Shanghai. Some communists escaped to their few remaining strongholds, like Jiangxi.
I introduce to the audience the President of the National Government.
The new leader of the Kuomintang was Chiang Kai-shek.
Long live free people's principle. Long live the revolutionary spirit of the nationalist China.
Chiang hated communism. he ordered his troops to surround the communist bases. They slowly tightened the noose in a series of extermination campaigns. By 1934, Mao knew that his Red Army must either fight its way out or die. So 100,000 set out on the legendary Long March, a trek of 6,000 miles that took them a year. Kuomintang forces harassed the marchers. During the Long March, at a town called Sunyi, Mao was elected chairman of the Chinese Communist Party. Then, to avoid the Kuomintang, the communist armies split up. Mao led one army himself. Though there was discord, the marchers eventually reached communist-held territory in the northwest. Only 30,000 survived. They set up their base around the little town of Yan'an. They lived in caves carved in the hillside. A young American journalist, Edgar Snow, managed to reach Mao in Yan'an.
When he began to talk to me about his plans for the future of China and the revolution, at first it sounded fantastic because he had only this tiny little area and a small band with him. But the way in which he presented his program and his ideas was so logical and so convincing that he, in the end, had me believing that he was truly an exceptional person.
Edgar Snow also filmed Mao's army. In 1937, Japan began all-out war on China. Now Chiang Kai-shek and the communists were faced with a common enemy. The communists called for a united front of all Chinese to fight Japan. The Americans and British, who supported the Kuomintang, called on Chiang Kai-shek to accept the surrender of the Japanese in 1945.